Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. We present a video presentation on campaign awareness cyberbullying for subject legal and ethical aspects of information systems IMS 657. Before we start, I would like to introduce our team members consisting of INTAN Binti SUHAIMI, Muhammad DANIAL AIZAT bin NOORISHKANDAR, Aida Sabrina binti ABDUL RAZAK, Siti ASFIDA binti Muhammad KHAIRI, UMIERAH UZMIE binti YUSOF, and Muhammad SYAHRUL NAZLI bin MANSOR. So, let's start from impact of cyberbullying.
What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell, phone, computer, and tablet. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and app, or online in social media forum or gaming where people can view, participate in, or share content. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. Some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behavior. The most common place where bullying occurs are social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok.
I will continue with the signs of cyberbullying. The internet allows all people to access information in a matter of seconds. This has widened the world of every person in their home. However, new technology also brings new problems. Cyberbullying is one of those problems, and it's a big problem for all people, especially teenagers. The Cyberbullying Research Center defined cyberbullying as willful and repeated harm inflicted through the use of computers, cell phones, and other electronic devices. There are four main signs that can be detected if a person experiences or becomes a victim of cyberbullying. The first sign is decrease in device usage. One of the biggest indicators of cyberbullying is the unexpected hesitation to use their device. If someone suddenly seems uninterested in the device, that is a sign that they are being attacked. Additionally, victims of cyberbullying may also want to unplug completely when at home. Using technology can make victims of bullying feel uncomfortable and insecure. Parents and teachers can help by studying how their children and students use technology. This awareness helps parents and teachers see changes that indicate a child or student is a victim of online bullying. The second sign is sudden withdrawal from social media. Sometimes a bullied person withdraws from social media entirely. They may suddenly delete their Facebook or Instagram profile. Parents should be more sensitive to knowing all of their children's accounts. That way, they can keep an eye on any sudden inactivity of their children. Also, someone who is a victim of cyberbullying sometimes drastically changes the way they talk about social media, and their online persona may change as well. Therefore, it is important for parents to know the social media accounts of each family members so that any changes in children's attitudes towards their social media can be known by parents. The third sign of cyberbullying is emotional changes. Frustration and sadness often indicate that someone is experiencing an online attack. That is especially true if it is aimed at devices. Often, bullied persons show signs of depression and anxiety. Other emotional changes include sudden anger and thrashing. This can be due to fear and feeling trapped. However, emotional changes are sometimes the hardest to detect. Therefore, it is important to know that difficulty concentrating is a sign of anxiety and depression, and other sign is self-destructive behavior, for which those signs are an indication that a person is a victim of bullying. The fourth sign of cyberbullying is unwillingness to communicate. victims of cyberbullying may be restless and unwilling to talk to their parents or others, and this may be especially true when talking about social media. Often, they are afraid of the reaction of adults. Also, they may not want to create a more complicated situation to happen. Parents or family members can prevent this by creating an open and comfortable space for victims of bullying to express their feelings. In addition, parents should encourage their children to report incidents of bullying online if they are victims of bullying or when they see the incident happen.
Next, I will continue about the types of cyberbullying. First is cybertalking. Cybertalking is a particularly serious form of cyberbullying that can extend to threats of physical harm to the child being targeted. It can include monitoring, false accusations, threats, and is often accompanied by offline stalking. Harassing someone is a common method of online bullying. This type of cyberbullying occurs when someone uses technology to torment another person. Second is flaming. Flaming is similar to trolling, but will usually be a more direct attack on a victim to incite them into online fights. This type of online bullying consists of posting about or directly sending insults and profanity to their target. Third is dissing. Dissing is the act of a bully spreading cure information about their target through public posts or private message in order to diminish their reputation or relationship with others. In these cases, the bully has a personal relationship with the victim either as an acquaintance or a friend. Four is harassment. Harassment is a broad category under which many types of cyberbullying fall into, but it generally refers to a sustained and constant pattern of artful or threatening online message sent with the intention of doing harm to someone. Last is masquerading. Masquerading occurs when a bully creates a fictitious online profile or identity for the sole purpose of cyberbullying someone. To fool the victim, you could create a fake email account, a fake social media profile, and choose a new identity and photos. In these cases, the bully is usually someone the victim knows well.
In fact, there are many factors that lead to cyberbullying among teenagers. The first factor is lack of compassion. This is because technology has provided space and it has also empowered the public to express any opinion and criticize anyone. That is why people who are unaware of the extent of the suffering they inflict on others become bullies. This will cause them to feel that they have the authority to do so. The second factor is that the victim deserves it. They assume that they have the power to decide who is eligible to be bullied. They tend to belittle or bully others to make them feel inferior. The third factor is self-hatred. According to the study, there is a clear link between people who were previously bullied but are now bullies. People who have been victims may come back as bullies to express their anger and their hatred. The fourth factor is addiction. There is no denying that cyberbullies like to harass others on the internet. It can almost become addictive after a few times they try to bully others. Every altercation in Facebook or Twitter can prove how easy it is to be a snare to them for bullying. They find it difficult to ignore incoming communication on the site without replying to it or showing a response. The addictions will only get worse when the victims continues to remain silent without taking firm action.
Next, I will present about impact of cyberbullying. First is low self-esteem. Victims of cyberbullying suffer lower self-esteem. People who have experienced online harassment may tend to feel self-conscious and have low self-esteem. This is especially relevant when such bullying attacks their physical features and appearance. Teenagers and young adults who have experienced physical trolling may become to despise their physique. These people will start thinking lesser positively of themselves as a consequence. They might begin to feel humiliated to appear in public or participating in various interactions. Both cyberbullying perpetrators and victims have much lower self-esteem than the ordinary individual. This demonstrates the negative effects of cyberbullying. Since the feel-good effect is temporary, cyberbullying eventually serves nobody's interest. Second is dropping grades. Cyberbullying usually has an impact on every part of a person's life. This may be shown by students in their grades. Both cyberbullies and their prey usually keep performing badly in school. This is due to their losing motivation in tasks they previously considered pleasurable. People who are being victimized may stop reading. Others would normally put minimal effort into their education, putting themselves up for failure in classroom. Third is depression. Cyberbullying victims usually suffer to a plethora of stress-related disorders. Among those disorders are depression and anxiety. Victims' mental health is harmed when they start doubting themselves. It is understandable why victims of cyberbullying could eventually feel isolated and depressed when people realize that many of them hesitated from stepping up out of fear of additional humiliation. Furthermore, they are dissatisfied from having to deal with cyberbullying. Someone may experience depression over time if they endure sadness and despair. Lastly is suicidal inclinations. When someone seeks to get justice after being bullied, this is one of the factors that have contributed to cyberbullying. Unfortunately, looking for revenge doesn't really effective. It simply encourages more cyberbullying. According to research, some victims of cyberbullying may be recommended to consider homicide. It leaves people feeling hopeless. People may begin to believe that suicide is the only option available when they are cyberbullied on a continuous basis.
So, what are the ways to overcome cyberbullying? First of all, never respond. Never respond by do not reply or retaliate by doing the same thing because this matter might become worse. Secondly, report and block. Most social media have created many built-in tools to keep victims safe. By reporting and blocking, victims can overcome any kind of cyberbullying. Third, be private. Keep your social media only to you by setting the privacy high and do not connect with anyone that you do not know. Fourth, take proof such as a screenshot. This can counter the bully if they delete their post or reply after realizing that they might get into trouble. And the last is talk to them. It is essential to face-to-face conversation with the bully in a controlled environment. To conclude, cyberbullying can affect anyone, but it is especially prevalent among today's youth. If we can stop this behavior early, they are less likely to repeat it as it may disrupt school life, causes significant emotional harm, and it is potentially fatal. Cyberbullying will take a concerted effort and will not be eradicated overnight.